The upright walker. This helpful tool can improve your mobility and your balance and your posture. It's a great help, but did you know that it's also quite dangerous for some people? In this video, we're going to talk all about the upright walker. We're going to talk about its advantages and some of the dangers associated with using one. You got to know these things before you start using one. So stick around, we're going to go over all that. I'm Dr. Sean, your PT guy, and our videos help you learn how to move better and stay independent so you can enjoy your life. Let's get started. Disclaimer! So what exactly is an upright walker in the first place? An upright walker is a type of walker that aims to keep you upright, hence the name, upright walker, okay? A lot of companies make these kind of walkers now. The very first one was called the upright walker, so they're kind of falling underneath that umbrella of that name. But this walker is very similar to a rollator. It's got four wheels on the bottom, and it has a seat. It's got brakes, okay, just like a rollator. There's a seat underneath and a backrest in case you need to sit down if you get tired. The important thing about the upright walker is these forearm rests and the handles up top. Rather than having a walker that the handles are down here and then you're walking along and you're kind of getting a little tired and you're kind of starting to flex a little bit down, the upright walker is aimed and designed to try to keep your posture up a little bit higher, okay? So when you got your forearms resting here, that's great. That should keep your posture right there, okay? And then essentially, you should be able to walk around a little bit easier. You can walk and keep your posture without flexing down because these forearm rests are preventing me from coming down, or at least it's helping me not come down. So these upright walkers, the best advantage is it does keep your posture upright. That's huge because if your posture is upright, then that opens up your hip. If you open up your hip, now you're going to be able to use these muscles to help you lift up your foot and then strike your heel when you come down on the ground first, which is important because if you don't do that, you're going to clip your foot and you're going to end up tripping and falling, okay? So when we have our upright posture, we're opening up our hips and then we're able to bring our leg up and then strike our heel. If we're flex, we're going to not be able to pick up our foot high enough and we can end up clipping our foot and dragging our foot along. So right when you flex down, you're not going to be able to pick your foot up high enough. The upright walker and walkers of this type aim to try to fix that, and many people love it. They also come with the advantage of having the seat, which is very helpful, so that when you want to sit down, you can turn around and sit. If you need to take a break, excellent. Also, in the front, a lot of people put with their basket and stuff, they can put like a portable oxygen tank in there so they don't have to lug it around on their shoulder and stuff. Very helpful. Or maybe you want to put a couple books in there. Or hey, maybe you want to put your pet hedgehog in there or doggy, okay? Either way, maybe it's a cat. My wife would like the cat. I don't like cats too much, but dog. So the upright walker can be very helpful for those things. But let's get into some ways to use it, and then I'm going to tell you one of the major dangers associated with using one of these. So you've seen me use the walker a little bit in action, but let me show you a couple things you need to know. Some of the advantages of using this, but how to use it safely. Let me show you a couple things. One, let's start off with the handles, okay? The armrests and the handles. These are great because there are these spots down here, these little twisty knobs that can adjust the height. Now, I don't think this would work too much for me. My posture's a little off. So we got to bring it back up. So this is actually how you adjust it. You bring it up, okay? It's got these little click spots down here, and you just put it up to your height. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your posture so that, or the armrests, basically when you're standing all the way upright as high as you can. You try to stand up tall and then bend your elbow, and then the armrest should be basically right there. If you put it here and you're down, it's too much. But that's going to be important for what we talked about with the dangers. So hang in there, we're getting there. Hold on. So where do you put the armrest, the forearm rests with this kind of walker? Stand up as tall as you can, adjust it up so that when you put your arms right there, it's basically like, it's right there, look, see? Okay? I don't want to be too high because then I'm doing this, I'm going to end up with neck pain, all right? I don't want to be too low because then I'm going to be too flexed. So this is about right for me. And these also adjust, you can see on this side, these little spots. So just basically put your elbow right at the back. You don't want your elbow on it. I like my forearm resting on it. And then you adjust basically the length of your forearm where you want to grip. Okay, so once it's there, you just lock up like that. All of them are a little bit different, but they have the same gist. Now, if you're going downhill, you have these guys, or if you're going too fast, trying to run after someone and you got to slow down, squeeze the brakes, okay? Like if I was chasing after my wife because she made something great, I'm like, hey, that was so great. And I got to slow down, slow that down. Or she's just too cute, I got to run after her. Okay, so either way, that's how you squeeze those brakes. If you want to lock them, you lock like this, okay? I'll show you how to do this when we actually go to sit down. But down to this spot, or let's go down to the bottom next, the four wheels. The upright walkers typically have larger wheels, which is helpful than most walkers, because most walkers, like a standard walker or a front-wheeled walker, have wheels about this size. The bigger the wheel is, it's going to be able to go over like the tile grout easier, and also in between the two concrete pieces and cobblestones and that kind of stuff. Cobblestones, oh, don't get me started. Not fun. But if you have like a little rug, the bigger the wheel, it's going to push over that rug. Your foot may not, so you got to be careful about that. But your walker will go over these rugs a lot easier. So when you're walking around like this, it just goes nice over a whole lot easier, okay? Now, when we actually are going to sit down, we're going to come over here. You never, ever, ever want to sit in the middle of the room, okay? Because if you do, you lock it up first and you go to sit down, and then you do sit down. Now what happens when you try to get up, it can lean back on you, okay? Very, very, very dangerous. Now I'm a strong guy. I don't necessarily need one of these walkers, but I always try to show anyone who's using a rollator or an upright walker, please use it and put it up against something that's not going to move if you need to take a break. That can be a curb stop for a car, it could be a tree, it could be a wall. Wherever you are, just don't sit in the middle of nowhere if you can help it. So what do? You put it over here. I'm going to put it up against the wall here. Now I got one wheel over there, so I've got one wheel on the wall. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to have a seat, okay? So from here, I can at least relax a little bit. Now, one thing I don't particularly like about the upright walker are these guys when I'm sitting down. Look at this. I feel like I'm smushed in here. I feel like I'm in a ride at Universal Studios or something. I'm like jammed and packed, or a crowded place. It's not fun, all right? So these guys, rather than having this, you know, it's just a pain to have to lower it down and raise it up, lower it down and raise it up every time you want to sit down. So the rollator, I actually like the rollator better for this, but that's if you even need to sit down, okay? So when you stand up, I'm gonna push from here. See, look at this, I'm feeling like I'm stuck. Maybe I should stop working out. All right, so I'm gonna push from here, I'm gonna stand up, and then from here, I'm gonna turn my body first, I'm gonna unlock it, and then I'm off, okay? What a lot of people end up doing, and if you've seen my rollator video, you know this exactly. You know what I'm going to say, because I say it every time. When you, a lot of times when people get up and then they do one of these guys, especially with an upright walker, you're reaching back, that's not helpful, it's dangerous, and then they start to try to swing this guy around, and now they're just throwing themselves off balance. They can end up falling, okay? So what should you do? Excuse me. You stand up, you turn yourself, you unlock, and then you start walking, okay? So that's the way and the benefits of using one of these walkers. But what about the disadvantages? And what about the dangers? Now let's talk about some of the dangers associated with using an upright walker. The first is related to someone's posture in the first place. While the upright walker does help improve your posture for most people, some people are actually flexed forward anatomically. Their bones are actually set forward because of years or other issues, years of being stuck in that position. There's a variety of issues that leads to a flexed posture, and sometimes it can become fixed. If someone who has a fixed, flexed posture forward tries to get put on one of these things, and they get put on because they think it's just going to magically improve my posture and I'm going to have no problems anymore with that, then what's going to happen is the person gets put on this thing trying to, and what happens, because they have a flexed posture and they can't get up more, what happens is their hips drive forward, and that puts their center of gravity backwards. They're on their heels, okay? They're on their heels, and if they're not holding on to these brakes, and if it's not ready, they can tip backwards and end up having a fall. Now, I had one lady who actually tried to do this. She was fixed in this position, so the family wanted her to use it, and I was like, don't use it without me there. I put my safety belt on her. I had my hands on the safety belt when she tried it, and inevitably she was tipping backwards, and then especially when she started to go and she kind of got a little bit of a feel for it, and then she went to go turn, and because it's so top heavy, she actually ended up falling over, and I, had my hands on the belt, got her, she's safe. But the reason why you don't want to put someone on one of these is when they have flexed posture is because it's going to push their hips forward and they're going to be tipped backwards. It can actually contribute to a fall. We don't want to have falls. No thanks. So that's a significant, significant danger associated with using one of these. You may not be ready for it. So I try to bring that up when someone's like, oh, the upright walker, it should magically help me. It very well may, but it's dangerous for some other people. So just keep that in mind, okay? That's why you need to work with your therapist and rehab professional to see what's best for you specifically. Another area that I see people end up messing up with most walkers, but especially this one, is they lock it up as they're supposed to. If they want to go sit down in the chair, they go over to sit down, and because these wheels stick so far out and they're used to being inside of it, look, if I just turn around and start trying to go, I'm going to run into that wheel. That's why if you're going to use one of these walkers, just like any walker, you need to make sure you bring your walker to the chair and come on back over here, lock it up, okay? And then you reach back and you have a seat and you come up and so forth, okay? You unlock to get going. All right. Danger number 3. Let's say you get super tired and you're walking with a loved one, or maybe you're the one helping a loved one. They sit down, they lock it, or they're against the wall like they should be, and they sit down and they're like, I just don't think I can make it back to my room, or I don't think I can make it to the car. I've been sitting here for all this time in this, line. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it back. My legs are tired. I don't think I can do it. Would you please push me? We'd love to help, right? We need some help sometimes, but if you push someone, just like with a rollator, and if you're sitting down on it and the person up top unlocks it and they're pushing you along, either from this side, someone's sitting there and they're pushing along, or the other way, from the other side, they're pushing. You hit one little bump because you're sitting on this, you could tip over, or be tipped backwards, or be tipped forwards, and then you're going to end up falling. So that's danger number 3. Never, ever sit down and be pushed on it when you're sitting down. If you're trying to use this going down a slope, there's a reason these brakes are here, okay? Sometimes these brakes, they get a little loose as the years go on. So you need to make sure those brakes are tight, because if you're going down a little bit of a slope or a ledge, a little slight slope or a big slope, okay, you're going to be needing to squeeze these brakes or ease those brakes a little bit as you're going down. You can try zigzagging a little bit down the slope to make that slope a little bit less of a steep slope. But if you don't have good brakes, and even with the brakes, with the 4 wheels, if you're holding onto these brakes and you're tipped and you're pitched forward, you can actually, it can get out from underneath of you and you can end up having a fall. Not good. So those are some of the most challenging areas with this walker and the potential dangers associated with this walker. It's a very helpful walker, but not for some people. So now you know some of the advantages and disadvantages of using an upright walker. They can be helpful for improving people's mobility, balance, and their posture. That's what they're great for. But they can also be dangerous for some people who aren't quite yet ready for them. You just got to know where you're at with that, and a physical therapist can help you figure that out. We're just trying to prevent falls. Speaking of falls, if you want more tips and training on how I teach people to prevent falls, you can find that in the link in the description below. And if you want more videos just like this one to help you learn how to move better and stay independent to enjoy your life, click the subscribe button down below, and we'll see you in the next video.